has been indicted in Manhattan. The grand jury just voted to indict Donald Trump for his hush money payments to Stormy Daniels. This is big news.
There is downtown.
This is Infrared, and it's Thursday, March 30th, almost 7:30 p.m., and we're at Brooklyn Bridge City Hall so that you don't have to be. So what brings us out in the evening, sunset, on a Thursday evening at the end of March? We just read about an hour ago that the New York County District Attorney, Alvin Bragg, or I should say, a grand jury has issued an indictment against former President Donald Trump. So, and the indictment was issued approximately 2 hours ago. The indictment would be prosecuted by the New York County District Attorney's Office, led by Alvin Bragg, in a New York State courthouse. So we are exiting close to the courthouse for New York County. It's, I guess, State Supreme Court in the New York County courthouse at, I don't know, 60 Center Street? And it's already dark here. It's like 10 minutes after sunset. Yeah, not quite. A tiny bit of light left. So, there is the State Supreme Courthouse across the street. Or what you might recognize as the 12 Angry Men Courthouse. And a week ago, we were here on just the rumor that an indictment would be issued. The rumor circulated by the former president, and in response to that rumor, this entire area of parkland that we're walking on was filled with press vehicles. Now that it's been reported by many news sources that an indictment has actually been issued, there are far fewer press vehicles here than there were last week, just based on rumor. I'm just saying. So far, with at least an hour to go, I mean an hour since news organizations started reporting that an indictment has been issued, no signs yet of massive death and destruction. So let's look elsewhere. Where else to look? Not City Bike, even though I read today that Lyft, which owns City Bike, may be looking to be acquired by someone else, Uber perhaps. Well, here's one constant with last week, that the biggest press vehicle of all is for Fox News. The biggest, but yet in many ways, just like the network's coverage itself, so discreet. Where some of the other vehicles we passed had that stations or networks logo on. This says in pretty much the smallest letters possible, Fox News. Again, I'm just saying. Pictures of people taking pictures. So in stark contrast to the site of where the former president may be indicted or arraigned or whatever, is the office of the city clerk in the building that was formerly the Department of Motor Vehicles. And this is where you go for a city hall wedding. About a half mile from City Hall. So, we are, since we didn't see signs of riots or floods or locusts surrounding the state court building where some of the legal action could take place, we are going to go next to Hogan Place, to the offices of the District Attorney for New York County. I hope these aren't records. Okay. We are approaching Hogan Place and the headquarters of the District Attorney for New York County, Alvin Bragg. One of my favorite police forces. Okay. Again, as compared to about last week, a week ago, based on rumors of an indictment to be issued last week, we walked past here, but we approached it from the other direction, and noted an empty pen that had been constructed to hold the press. The pen is in the same location, and it's a bit more occupied than it was last week at this time. NYPD Community Affairs Officer across the street, working with a regular NYPD patrol officer to keep order here in this very, very tense situation where, as the former president predicted, death and destruction could take place. So many protesters. The only thing I see that's been added from last week, I mean, other than the presence of the press people that you see here who weren't here last week, are these floodlights. I mean, the floodlights may have been here last week, but we took our walk during the day. So again, out of an abundance of caution to protect for the hordes of people descending on this block that you can hear coming from the distance. I should say, and I don't want to take the time to show you now, but I did receive on my way here on the train a notification from Notify NYC, the city's emergency notification, that there were protests expected around the Brooklyn Bridge and use alternate routes. So I haven't heard anything that sounds like a protest yet. Just the usual spring evening calm that takes place across the back entrance to the tombs. So again, the indictment was reported about 2 hours ago. To be fair, we need to come back in the morning, I think. It'll be daylight around 7 a.m. All the morning shows will be undoubtedly broadcasting live, and shows we never heard of. So, until then, take a little stroll past the back entrance to the tombs. This is infrared, and this is what you've been watching, and it's to be continued. Will he end up here? Doubtful.